Greetings from Living Lord. As we gather around the font one more time, I want to take this time to share some thoughts with you. In a couple of weeks, April 11th, in fact, we will celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 13 spacecraft, its landing and its returning. I love that movie, Apollo 13, and it has a great scene in there. When a bunch of things had gone wrong and it looked like they were maybe not even going to have the return of our astronauts on Apollo 13, the NASA director said, "This could be the worst disaster in NASA history." Gene Kranz, played by Ed Harris, turns around to him and says, "With all due respect, sir, I believe this could be our shining moment." I love that scene because it focuses instead on the positive. We are in a time today where this could be the worst disaster in our country's history, in our world's history with this pandemic. And yet, it could also be our shining moment. In a write-up when they gathered again about the Apollo 13 launch, one of the people said that this was an example of NASA developing innovative solutions that dramatically improve the agency's capabilities in dealing with the unexpected for years to come. I think that could be us too. We are in a time when we are having to stretch and deal and make things happen in different ways and find creative and innovative solutions to gathering together instead of here in a sanctuary in worship. Instead, we gather virtually. And we're committed to doing that, to make this our finest moment and not a disaster. Like it says in Scripture, in some tough times, perhaps we are here for such a time as this. So here's what's still happening. The church is still active. We have not canceled the church. We've canceled in-person worship, but we haven't canceled the church because the church is you. We'll still gather together, virtually and in many different ways. I've learned some new apps and put them on my phone, and I'm ready to talk with you at any time. We can certainly hang out in a Google group at Google Hangouts and chat there. We can certainly have a meeting together over Zoom conferencing. We can even have a time together and hang out, just as we do at a house party, perhaps. So we want to encourage you to use any and all of those things. Text us, call us. We're here. And we have people standing by. There are helpers always in the church. There are people waiting, and they will help. If you need groceries, if you need a prescription picked up and you are on kind of a self-containment or don't want to leave your house, we have people that will do that for you. Give us a call and we will hook you up. We have teachers, multiple teachers in this congregation, some who are on home confinement too, some who are monitoring classes of their own, but they're ready and willing to help you to make a schedule for your child that they can follow every day, to be of help in homework if that is needed. Let us know, because we can help, and they're ready and able to do that. We have Easter dinners that will still be happening. Call Carrie and get a list of the things that are there. As of now, that's still on the calendar. And we will also have worship every Sunday at 10:30, virtually. We will gather here. What I'm going to ask you to do are a couple of things. First of all, I'd like to ask you to take a selfie. Take a selfie of yourself and whoever else is in your family, perhaps, and email it to me at sue.allen@livinglordlutheran.org. I'd like to have your faces in the pews. So let's email those in, and I'll put your faces in the pews, trying to remember where it is that you sit on Sunday mornings or Saturday nights. we'll still gather together. Also, beginning tonight, we will post also an evening time of a bedtime story for the young people in your household, or maybe for you, a calming way to end the night. So listen to a story and hear a short reflection on that, and join us as we get together all the time. Maybe not in person physically, but certainly together spiritually. Be God's people in the world for this time, for such a time as this. And let's make this our finest moment. Amen.